things with you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching True Blood, Season 3, Episode 10.
I smell a rat.
This was a fine enough episode to watch. It was entertaining, fun, exciting to watch.
Well, there was only Tommy, no Crystal.
Minimal Crystal.
That helped. Yeah.
I mean, we did get...
We saw her, but...
and we can now start saying the word panther, which
God.
we've been dancing around this whole time.
Crystal's a big cat.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
She's a black cat.
She is.
Which Kristen has.
Okay. Only because on like almost every other supernatural thing where there are wolves and stuff, they somewhat
resemble.
They match the
aesthetically.
color of the person's hair. So like Alcide is a white wolf, which seems insane to me because he's got such dark hair. And Crystal is a black panther, which also can't be even remotely native.
Why?
Black panthers are like Amazon, like jungle cats.
Do they not? I'm merging Teen Wolf with the Jaguar. I was like, they literally said that they were from Nicaragua, but that's it.
No, I guess maybe, but it's like the southern United States have cougars and stuff.
Okay.
So I was like a cougar or like a Carolina panther. So panther, but they're not black. They are like tan and golden. And every single person from Hot Shot is blonde because they're incest. It just makes sense. Because I think Debbie was like a white wolf too, and she should be kind of like brownish red because she's got reddish hair.
Well, her hair's dyed.
Well, whatever. I'm just saying.
Most of the stuff that we would really explore or like get deep into, we've kind of already done it.
Yeah.
So this is more of a recap than an analysis, but we finally also Panther, we buried the lead.
Yeah.
We find out that she's a panther, that Crystal Panther. We find out that Sookie is a fairy.
Fairy?
Yeah.
Do I know about the fairies?
I love it.
Her reaction sells.
Her reaction's very good.
I'm a fairy?
Okay.
I thought she said fucking.
Lame.
It was one of the things that I think it was before I realized that I didn't like spoilers. So I think I had sought out. So I had known the whole time. And it's the kind of thing that it like, because she's like, how fucking lame is that? And I think I'm fine with the fact that they did it, that they said that.
Yeah.
It feels a little bit deprecating, like a little bit breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, but it's sort of like the vampires and the werewolves, and like we've made more than one comment about witches, and it's just sort of like, because in general popular culture, like, what does a fairy even do? Just fly around and drink moonbeams, like, and so I can sort of see
a
her
lot if you have any understanding of mythology.
But she doesn't.
Yeah. But and also again, I mean, it's not. It is awesome and it could be awesome, but it's not helped by the kind of kookiness of the scene that we've already seen. They do a little bit more later.
Rebecca Wasaki does a lot,
but not enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think the fairy stuff ever fully lands.
I agree.
In hindsight, with what they do, then sure, her reaction.
Remember Warlow?
No, kind of. Maybe.
It's very late.
He's the one that I was like, I liked him. Like,
he's
I was
like hot, but he sucks.
But I was also like, I don't know, go be a fairy queen. Just do it. Regardless.
It's Eric. Be with Eric. Eric.
Sure. Basically, what they end up doing with it, her reaction of how fucking lame kind of suits it.
Yeah.
I think it could have been cooler than it is. And it's not without its merits. It has interesting implications, but as I recall, they are mostly implications.
Yeah.
I don't think we go a ton of really resonant places with it.
I agree.
Eric is
hot.
She insisted.
His shirt doesn't have sleeves.
I know, I see that. Are we doing ad libs?
No. Well, he's like going through with this plan, and I don't remember what actually happened. So as it is now, he's being real Bill. He's being real mopey and martyry about it.
So a little bit, but also I think he is just also trying to cover his bases. So
you think so?
He's like updating his will so that Pam gets everything, and he's like,
she's real mad about it.
She is real mad about it. I do think there is sort of a defeatist attitude to what he's doing, because he's like, Russell is
he's getting his affairs in order.
He's like, Russell's 3 times as old as me, and he's more dangerous than ever because he just ripped out a newsman's spine on national television. I need to do this just to like make sure. So he's basically giving everything to Pam. He still, I'm pretty sure, owes Sookie money too. Just saying. I know that at the end of the season it's sort of moot because in between this season and next season a lot of stuff happens. But so yeah, he's doing all of that, and then also he like goes to Jason's house because it was like zero trouble at all to find Sookie where she's laying low. In a house,
her brother's house,
in a house that belongs to someone with the same surname as her. So he basically is like, you can't trust Bill, but then he like never actually in the whole episode elaborates as to why. So she has a dream about him, and then she goes to see him, and they kiss.
Well, here's the truth. There are forces beyond even my control. If I meet the true death without having at least kissed you, Sookie Stackhouse,
do it, God.
Would be my biggest regret.
Why does it sound like you're saying goodbye to me?
Because I am.
I hate to say this, but just let it happen, man. It's gonna be one of the best kisses of your life. Just do it.
Lie back and think of Avalon.
Yeah, lie back. It's fine. And he literally is like, if I meet the true death without ever having kissed you, and I'm just like, kiss me.
Choose me. Love me.
What if you meet the true death without ever kissing me? That would be bad too, right?
It's just so good because he is straight up coercing her.
Sure.
And she's protesting, but like not not enough.
I said it in our watch along.
It's really like,
and it's like Scarlett O'Hara.
Well, I was gonna do the Rocco, stop. Or not Rocco.
Tango.
Tango, come back.
Tango, stop. Don't. Yeah, but it's just very like, just kiss him, Sookie. Just let it happen. You're gonna like it. He's 1,000 years old. Do you think
she's also like,
he's learned everything about kissing?
She's a little bit getting tired of both his and her own bullshit.
Yeah.
Where she's like, I can only be committed to hating you so much longer. So let's go ahead and get this.
Let's get the ball rolling.
We commented a little bit in our watch along, but I was like, it's very, the use of Pam in this season, I think, is excellent because we've seen nothing but her be stoic and badass. And she's
quippy.
Yeah. And she's like she's emotional and she is sort of compromised. And the fact that like seeing her afraid of something does a lot of work for us, the audience.
Yeah.
Like it really helps. Like using the tools they have.
You're too busy signing wills and making out with the solution instead of using her. We know Russell wants her. Give her to him to save your own skin.
No, I won't do that to her.
You're choosing a human over yourself, Eric? Over me?
Your lack of sentiment has always been your most admirable quality. Do not disappoint me now.
Versus having someone in and just tell us how dangerous the authority is.
Yeah.
I really like the use of that. And that's kind of part of what I was getting at when I was talking about their relationship in the previous episode.
We want to talk about Sam or Tara?
Sam.
Okay.
He's Sawyer from Lost.
So weird.
I mean, is it setting something up? Why? What's the point?
No, it's because he beat up Calvin and Tommy is just
so
the
it's
worst.
Like re-unearth or it's like unearth this darkness.
These other bad things he did.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I feel like I should care more about the fact that Sam killed 2 people. I don't
care.
I mean, I'm like,
they were criminals too.
Yeah. And I mean, he didn't do it for fun. It wasn't like he did it for sport. They forced his hand.
Yeah.
And
no matter how much I like Ariel Kibble and Daniel Gillies or whatever his last name is,
Yeah, I like them. I don't like those characters.
Yeah, those characters suck, and his hair was not good. It's much better.
Sam's or no,
yeah. Well, Sam's hair was really bad because they don't want to cut current Sam's hair, so they just like it's basically just darker, and then they swooped it all back like the 1950s, so that they didn't have to cut his hair to make him smarmy.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't. I don't care. It's what, and again, it's like all of the men are such martyrs on this TV show. Cause like Eric is not usually, but in this instance, he is like going through something.
Though, yeah.
But like Bill and Sam are just dragged down and drowned in the ocean of their past regrets. And it's so frustrating.
Well, and Eric's doing it with a buoyancy. Like Eric's like going through a thing,
yeah, like at least
where the rest of them, it's like they're flagellating.
Constant. It's constant, and at least Eric is like in between bouts of melancholy, calling Iveta a gold digging whore. Like, you know.
Ты даешь ей все? Ты же обещал обо мне позаботиться.
Я обещал тебе работу и хороший секс, и все.
Значит, я для тебя ничего не значу.
Меньше, чем ничего, you gold digging whore.
That felt rude. They're not a good episode for sex workers.
Well, I mean, she is, though.
Sure.
Because she's like, you're giving Pam everything. And it's like, you have been here for 2 seconds. You are a dancer in this club.
He's a dancer, not a whore. I guess that's just to show that he's scared about what's bubbling up.
Yeah, and Tommy is just awful, where he's like, why did you tell everybody the guy didn't die? They're finally respecting you. And Sam very rightfully is like, it's not respect if they're terrified. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not the same thing at all. And he was like, well, I know I was proud of my big brother. And it's just bleh.
Lafayette and Jesus
did
they had a long rolling trip.
Mm-hmm.
And
through the past, basically all the like witches or like
it's like each of their grandparents.
Yeah. Well, one of them was Jesus's aunt.
Okay.
Too. So it was like just people who've like had gifts in their past. Yeah.
You know her?
Yeah. Mi bisabuela.
She could undo very powerful spells. She saved many people from evil.
It was cool. It was interesting.
Until they got to Jesus's grandfather, who was like a dark witch. Yeah.
Abuelo, your grandfather? He practiced black arts. Scared the shit out of me, mommy.
Because he had big plans for me.
Yeah. He did black magic.
Red in his ledger.
Yeah.
Tara.
I hate defending Bill as a character. I hate defending Bill as a character. And I understand from a sexual,
from her perspective, from a
sexual assault perspective, it is very one man did this to me, and so all men are garbage.
Well,
I fully
and
get
also in her defense, I guess this is a fun thought experiment. Would Bill have broken his cover to save her if Bill witnessed her actually being in mortal danger?
Potentially, yes.
You think he would have? Because I was literally about to say the opposite. I was about to say he was so he would, because Sookie would never forgive him.
Well, he has lied about literally everything. I'm sure he would have found a way to cover it up somehow. Like Russell was literally holding me back, making me watch. Like,
I was just gonna say, like, in her defense, neither Bill nor Eric would have broken their cover to rescue her. So then
sure, and
what she's saying is true.
Okay, sort of, except for she keeps on saying everywhere he goes, trouble follows, to which in the watch along, I was like, no, it's Sookie.
I have a few werewolves after me and a vampire.
Jesus. Not coming here. Great. Thanks. Why is it wherever he goes, trouble follows?
It's
almost done.
Sookie, not Bill.
I'll go to ground nearby, just in case I'm needed.
Like, I hate defending him because I don't like him as a character, but Tara, this is bad writing for Tara. You are misaligning the troubles to the wrong person. This is not happening because of Bill. It is truly, legitimately only happening because Sookie exists as a person who is part fairy. And so that's where I'm just like, and again, like maybe Tara doesn't have all the information or whatever, but she also she's just so anti-Bill because one other vampire.
That does factor in that she doesn't have all the information because she's still treating it like Sookie's a human. And all of this started because Bill entered Sookie's life and not because Sookie is supernatural.
No, it is all because Sookie is supernatural because Bill would have never gone there if Sookie wasn't.
But I'm saying the fact that she doesn't know that she's treating it like she doesn't know Sookie is supernatural.
Sure. Okay.
So it's like the fact that she doesn't have all the information is why this is happening.
Yeah.
But it's the thing that we say a lot of times where I'm like, the logic is solid. It's not enjoyable for a viewer.
Yeah.
Because we understand the machinations.
Yeah.
It's like we understand that so many of the parties involved are not at fault.
Yeah.
Tara doesn't understand that.
Yeah.
And so it's like we're meant to have sympathy and empathy for her again, which we do, but it's at odds with the forward inertia of the plot and the show.
Yeah. And this is one of those shows too where like at no point do the key characters sit down and just have a like, this is what happened to me and this is what, because it's not until this episode that Tara is like, he raped me.
You're talking about the man I love.
He's not a man. They're monsters. And Bill ain't any different from the rest of them. They tie you up and duct tape you so you can't scream. They kidnap you, rape you, try to turn you.
That's what Franklin did to you.
And the man you love didn't lift a finger to save me.
Well, and in the show's defense, it moves at such a clip that because sometimes you can tell a show's bending over backwards to prevent characters from talking, and that's not the case here. The show moves at such a clip that they are physically unable to sit down and talk about everything that's happening.
Yeah.
So where that is a frequent criticism of a lot of shows, and where it is a factor here, I think it's only a half factor or a medium factor.
To me, it's just, again, more of what we've been saying, where it is frustrating to watch the character of Tara act this way just because she maybe doesn't have all the information and she is rightfully for a victim or a survivor, like conflating another like Bill with Franklin. But like, sometimes it's okay for the audience to have more information than the characters in the show. But in this instance, it's very frustrating because it's making her stupid.
Yeah, well, and I was going to say, it's like a constant for her character. Yeah. I feel like it's okay to have misunderstandings or for that scenario to play out when it's only for a few scenes or a few episodes.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's a constant
consistent
in her arc.
with Tara's character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, she didn't know about Sam. She didn't know, like, all of this. She, like, just doesn't know enough about any of the stuff. And it's not necessarily Tara's fault. But because we, the viewers, have more information than her, it makes her look stupid, which makes the writing look bad for her. And it doesn't.
It's similar to, cutting to the Russell Edgington with the sex worker. He picks up a boy who looks like Talbot.
Yeah.
And forces him into a deathbed role play in which he stakes this human. And it
takes him too long to
really die. No, I think it was the right amount. Well, it was realistic, which this show doesn't need realism in that way.
Again, because that goes to the Tara thing, where it's like, this is not the way we need the realism that you're searching for.
But I truly hated that moment.
Yeah.
I don't have a stomach for violence against sex workers.
No.
In that regard. And again, it's like we see a lot of violence in this show and we see a lot of vampires get staked and it's very sort of poof.
Yeah.
And it's like driving a plank of wood through a human body is hard. It's difficult. It's gross.
It wouldn't be for him, but I take your point. Yeah.
And again, it's serving a purpose because it's reminding us that Russell's bad and also crazy, but it doesn't mean I enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
And so it's similarly to some of the stuff with Tara where I'm like, well, it's authentic.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that I enjoy watching it.
So to my end, yes, it was horrific watching that. But for me, twofold, the way that Dennis O'Hare portrays it is quite good. And the way that Russell doesn't really pull any punches about what he's doing. Like, he is having a catharsis. Like, that was emotionally helpful for him. So it made that richer than Tara just flying off the handle and screaming every time. Just like screaming that Bill is the worst, you know, thing in the way. And he's not a person and he's not a man. He's a monster and like all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, again, she's not wrong about Bill necessarily. Bill's a bad guy. It's a toxic relationship. But it's like, at this point, Bill is still like a hero character for the show. And so it's like, it's just making Tara
he's not
dumb.
Machiavellian, and she's insisting that he is.
That
and it's
he-
like, well,
that
yeah,
it's-
he's bad for Sookie, but not in the
Not
way
in
you
the way,
think.
exactly. So it's very, again, like we've discussed, very frustrating as a viewer to like watch this, because she's also a gifted actress, and you wouldn't know it by watching this show because she's saddled with like the worst stuff. It's very frustrating.
It's a tall order.
Yeah.
And again, it because even when we get to the scene with Jason, it's like I'm in a place where I'm empathizing more with Jason because it's like he's finally coming to terms with this and he's finally confessing what he did.
You've been saving me since I was a little girl.
That's what I want to talk to you about. See, sometimes when you try and save people, you end up not.
I'm trying to say thank you. I can count on you. And there ain't much of that left anymore.
It's all right.
That doesn't seem like the smartest idea.
Wait. No, you don't have to. I shot eggs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say something. Call the cops. Tell me you hate me. Anything.
Yeah.
And
he does tell her he shot
and
eggs.
it's literally warranted. He was like, he was waving a knife, and granted, again, we the audience know that Eggs was trying to confess to Andy, but I don't know.
No, it's just
a lot.
not
it's
great.
a whole lot. Jason was trying in that scene, and I just don't. I want to encourage that kind of behavior.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
And it's just like the worst possible thing at the worst possible time. And I mean, you made it. You said it kind of jokingly earlier on when we were starting the season, when the whole Franklin plot presented itself, and you were like, "Oh yeah, this is the plot that breaks Tara," and you said it kind of like trivial or like cavalierly, but it's true.
Yeah, I don't remember her ever coming back around after this, which is the problem.
I remember her leaving. Mild spoilers. I remember her leaving in season 4. And thinking, you know what? I think that was best. And then season 5 comes around and she's right there. And I was like, ah, shit.
Yep.
And I think they maybe should have pulled like a Parks and Rec where it's like, I understand what you started off doing with one of these characters.
I like Mike Brandanowitz, but it's best he's not in it past season 2.
Well, and you know, Rashida Jones and Rob Lowe. Hoyt broke up with Summer, and him and Jessica are...
Not before she, like, tried to blow him in the car.
You're the most special person I ever met.
She's gotta go, though.
I know seeing Jessica's gotta hurt that big old heart of yours, but I think I know a way to fix that.
Oh, doesn't she try to go down on him?
I can tell you're a sexual person, Hoyt Fortenberry. And if that's what it's gonna take to fill up this distance I'm feeling between us...
You don't have to do this.
I know God wants girls to wait. It's gonna take getting used to being warm and all.
She just keeps making, like, harping
Maybe
on
like
it.
better.
Because she can tell he's a very sexual person. Adorable. He's only ever had sex with Jessica.
I love so we already did this once with Summer, but we were like, sweetheart, you're doing amazing. Go leave while you still can.
Yeah.
Walk while you still have legs to carry you. And
yeah, so he comes into Merlotte's and he basically puts it on the table. He's like,
I broke up with Summer. I drove up to Caddo Lake. I spent all day asking God to give me a reason why we can't be together. And hush came over the water. And all the bugs stopped buzzing. And it came to me. There is no reason.
Hoyt, if you knew half the shit I'd done.
you killed one guy.
And I actually liked it.
Oh, I guess the werewolf too.
I want to know that part of me.
Don't tell me what I want.
Also,
and what I don't want.
Hoyt's sensitive, but he has a concept of hunting.
Yeah. And fishing, apparently.
Tell me you don't love me, and I'll leave you alone.
She didn't say anything. I went to the lake and talked to God, and I love you, and there's no reason not to be with you. If you don't love me, let me know, and then like we'll go from there or whatever. So she doesn't talk for like long enough that he thinks it's a rejection, so he leaves, and Tommy goes out the side door and like confronts him.
To antagonize him.
Way to go in there. Blah. And then Hoyt just fucking cold cocks him right in the fucking face.
Nice work in there, dude.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Fucking exactly.
Love it. I love this so much. And then Jessica
really bad
runs out and pulls a Ted Danson, just kicks him straight into the sun.
Nice try, puppy.
It's so amazing.
And then she feeds Hoyt her blood so that his arm will heal, and Tommy watches from the woods.
I love the Jessica and Hoyt stuff.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's so fun, and I wanted so badly for her to pick him up and for them to do the reverse of that tableau, which you know is one of my favorite tableaus.
So good, yeah. Arlene also admitted that the baby does not belong to Terry. She told Terry.
Arlene, honey, what's wrong?
Terry, this baby.
Are you spotting grayish tissue, having side cramps, or experiencing a dull, consistent ache in your lower back?
No, I'm fine. It's just, this baby ain't yours. It's Renee's. It's gonna be evil, and I want to get rid of it.
No, I will raise that child as my own. Do you hear me? I want to marry you, and together we will surround that baby with more love than it can handle.
He was great.
He was great. He's so great. Terry's the best. And then Arlene also went back and talked to Holly again and was like, you mentioned other ways to not be pregnant anymore.
She did say the word Wiccan, so
Yeah.
I feel relatively comfortable saying
because
that.
she tried to give Sam something that would lower his testosterone.
Black cohosh brings down your testosterone level for your age. You obviously have a problem.
Obviously.
You got anything that works for nosiness and bad boundaries?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just something I do. I give people remedies. I'm a Wiccan.
I got 2 rules in my bar. No dancing, no religion.
Good to know.
I'm on Holly's side with that. He bristled a lot. I was like, but Sam, maybe
He did bristle a lot, and I would say he doesn't have obvious rage issues. He went off on like one dude, like basically in her first shift. She doesn't know that's abnormal behavior for him, but so she tried to give him.
And it was
some,
also bubbling under.
Yeah, she tried to give him some like tea or something.
Percolating one might.
Yeah, and he was like. She was like, oh, I'm a Wiccan. And he was like, we don't dance and we don't do politics in this bar.
He said the dancing more than once. And I'm like, we're really going with that? That feels...
I feel like there has been dancing,
There
too.
has.
Yeah.
Well, Marianne.
Oh, yeah. Was that it? I thought maybe like people got up to dance a couple. Well, regardless, it's a sort of a silly rule.
Especially for the only bar in town. Bar
Yeah.
and grill.
Because it also seems to be like the only restaurant. Like, I don't think
one of them said, I don't think it was this episode, I think it was the previous. I think Jessica was like, there's plenty of other restaurants in town. And I was just like, but are there?
I don't think so.
Hardee's? Like, you know?
Oh, God.
Is that...
That I think is mostly it. I mean, we didn't mention before, but like Sookie and Bill are currently back together. They
Are they though? She's kissing Eric in his office.
Kissing Eric all over the place.
Pam wants, well, it's not it, because Pam wants Eric to basically turn her over and all this will be done. And so the episode does end with Eric dragging Sookie down into the dungeon.
And locking her up to that spinny thing.
With her manacles.
Manacles.
Yeah.
It's not a manacle. It's like a throw thing.
What is that called? The tibiabustular or something?
Your tibia isn't your leg. Let's see. A neck cuff, maybe? Collar? No, that's a necklace.
This is a deep cut. I didn't know the word perambulator one time. And she was like, what, have you never heard of a baby perambulator? And I was like, no, I haven't.
A pram. It's a baby carriage.
Okay. Well, of course. Why I am an idiot for not assuming that was short for perambulator.
Perambulator. It's something to walk around with. That's what it means. I don't know, a neck restraint. I don't know. It's like like a collar, like a metal collar. Regardless. So I think I don't remember the end of the season. I think he's meant to be using her as bait. Is what he's working with now. Yeah. Because he wouldn't just turn her over. That would be silly. So I think it's bait for Russell. So, yeah.
That was a close one.
Teacup! Have you seen my dog?